Okay, good evening everybody. It's Tuesday night once again. Hope you're all well. Got a few yous on here already. As normal, you've got me for the next 10 minutes just babbling on. It's going to be a bit worse tonight as well because I am all alone. I'm all alone. There's nobody here beside me. It's a bit weird. Marie's at work. That's what she tells me. Obviously the lockdown's been locked down a bit and she's allowed to go out. I think she's just telling us she's work late. As if they've opened the hairdressers already. And as if she's going to be busy. Who wants their haircut at this time of night? Obviously loads of people do. But we're not in the pub. We're not. We are still streaming live, as you can obviously tell. The pub is open. So I don't know if anyone's actually watching from the pub this evening. But that'd be interesting. We did mention last week that you could do that. There's nothing stopping you doing it. Has anybody been to the pub? Hi Ali. I've been to the pub. I know Steve Langstaff has been to the pub because he social distancely whispered into my ear on Saturday evening about here. He's like, that's not 1 metre away. But he seemed as though he's had a good day. I don't know if he remembers talking to us, but he did. And I know he's on here because he's already said hello. But so yeah, the pubs are back open. We're just not there just yet. It was alright, in all fairness. We went in on Saturday afternoon, had a few sociable drinks, left before it got too rowdy. But Julie's done a grand job. Everything seems to be running smoothly. So the pub's big enough to social distance, so it's not too bad. We've got Curly and Co. We've got Mark. Anna's been sharpening her surgical instruments. That's probably because she looked like Meryl Streep last week. But we won't mention that again. Guinea pigs are in. We've got Kerry in. We've got the Cullens are here, or the parents of the Cullens are here. So that's it, Steve. You go out and you just make a pig of yourself because you can. But you're here though, so you've obviously survived, so it's all good. But we went in on Sunday as well. We had Sunday lunch, which was very good. That's because you're not allowed to travel more than 5 miles yet, are you, Liz? Are you allowed to travel more than 5 miles in Scotland now? I'm not sure. I've not watched the news. I know they were easing the lockdown and stuff starting to open, but I still don't know whether you can go 5 miles further or not. But next week's quiz question though, won't it? How far can you actually go? We've got the Fletchers. Simone's here as well. We've got Helen McGowan, Barry and I there. Not doing bad. 7 minutes to, we've got over 20 in already. And 3 likes. We had loads of likes last week. I don't know what happened last week, but we had absolutely loads of likes, which I'm not complaining about. But it was just bizarre. So, sorry, I've got my phone going as well but it's not working very well. Which Marie said hers didn't work very well last week either. But might be better off come off the Wi-Fi and do it that way. Just in case the chat on here goes down, because obviously I haven't got Marie as a backup. We've got Darren Winnie Walker here. Table 6 are here. It's all good. Cheers, Fiona. Nobody's told us if they're in the pub. Dave messaged earlier to see if we were actually streaming today or whether it was in the pub. And I told him there was nothing stopping him going to the pub and doing it, but he was stopping at home because the drink's cheaper apparently. I don't know if I'm doing it from the pub next week. I have asked Julie. The issue they've got with the pub side of things is that it comes under, they think it comes under the live entertainment side of things, and they're not allowed to do live entertainment at the minute. So I think she's asking the question to who, I don't know, but whether we can do the quiz or not. So it's a matter of watch this space, wait and see. At the minute, I'll still be here, but if anything changes, I will let you all know on Facebook. I've obviously got loads of messages, so I could send a message out to a load of people as well, and I know that you all speak to each other, so you'll all let each other know as well. I have no wife here this evening, so the kids are in bed, or they're supposed to be. What? You can get to sleep. You're supposed to be reading. Right. Go upstairs and read, please. Huh? No, you can't have a hug. We're live.
I don't care.
Come on, get yourself to bed.
No.
Go on. See? This is what happens. Don't work with kids or animals. Go to bed. The worst thing is they know I can't get up and do nothing. Go to bed, please.
Okay. Night,
Right, good night. The joys. But anyways, hopefully they're up for bed. Hopefully we won't see them again. Who else have we got? We've got Sean and Rachel. Don't awe them. They're old enough to know better. We've got the 10 Stone Massive are in. We've got Stewart and Lizzie are in. But I've lost my train of thought now as well. I can't remember what I was talking about, so it kind of been that interesting. Play your cards right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5, 6 people on the list. They're coming through now. I think 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 coming through. So I have a list. Someone was very, very early today, as in this morning early, asking to be on the player card right. You know who you are. So you'll be first up this evening because you were mega early. I say I'm having to do all my own admin this evening. She's taller than me, Sean. I'm sat down. I'm not really. I'm standing up. No, that's alright. They've gone to bed. They've gone to bed. I already had them in bed. They were in bed and they're supposed to read them for half an hour. That was 40 minutes ago. So she's only coming down just to have a nosy. That's all she's doing. But we've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes before we actually start the quiz. So you need to get your paper and everything ready. 15 pictures, 40 questions and 7 on the music. Just the same as the last few weeks. Oh, sorry, I'm reading messages coming through as well. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so if you want to be on for play your cards right, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 at the minute, so that might get us through the cards, but it might not. So if you want to be in, you need to get us on Messenger. Look for me and just drop us a quick message, because without a message, I can't call you, and I don't know that you want to play either. I'm saying I'm doing my own admin. I have roped my little sister into doing the scores at the end of this evening, so I'm hoping that's going to work all right tonight, because as I'm doing your cards right, I need someone to collate the scores. So Kerry says she's going to do that for us, and then drop us a quick message to say who's got what. So I'm hoping that goes smoothly, but we'll wait and see. If not, you might have to wait for 2 minutes while I go back through messages and stuff and see who's actually won tonight. But we shall try our best. You never know, Maria might actually get home before the quiz finishes, but I doubt it, because she told me about 9:30, 10 o'clock, which generally means that she'll be home for about 11. So, because yes, like me, her timekeeping is brilliant. So we'll manage. It's all good. Right, we're down to 2 minutes. I don't think we've had any more messages. No one's telling us they're in the pub either, so obviously nobody's in the pub this evening. It'll be dead because we're not there, which is a shame, but we'll be eventually. I've got Stace, Claire, Ames and Mama here as well. We've actually got more on than we had last week. It was quite a week last week, but again, I don't trust the numbers on here, because it comes up and tells us that we've got 40 people watching, and then we'll end the stream and it'll say we've had 89 views, which is bizarre, but I don't know how it works. So I'll eventually get around to researching it, but it doesn't matter, does it? I'm here, you're here, that's all that matters. You've got a minute before we start the quiz, so make sure you've got your papers ready. I'm all ready my end, everything seems to be working, so we are all good to go. Happy days. We haven't even had a discussion about what we've done this week, which is not the norm. I'll just blurt out and tell you what I've done all this week. I've not even done that. So I've obviously just filled my time babbling. I'm just waiting for the time to go down now. It's weird when I've not got interaction from Marie and don't get interaction from you other than the messenger side of things, and then I pause to read stuff. But we're all good. But it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. We've got over 44 concurrent views, so it says, and 4 likes. So we are rocking. So if you're all ready, just leave it a couple of seconds, see if we get any more people coming on. As I say that, someone drops off. But it's all good. So we are going to get started. So your first picture this evening on the picture round is, who is this? So that's who is this? She's been on the news today apologising. I'll tell you more about it later. I don't want to spoil it for you. What time are we having a break to get more drink? About question 35 is when we stop for a break. We've only just started. I've actually lined them up. I've got 2 here ready to go today because I might last till then. So number 2 is name the group. Shouldn't have too much problem with these ones. Got told last week's quiz was harder by about 3 different people. So I'm not saying I've tried to dumb it down, but I've tried hopefully not to make it too hard. But then I say I've not made it hard and everyone tells us it's hard again. So we'll see how we go. Number 3 is name the type of hat. Which is a new one. But again, there's loads of different hats. So if we still leave for the next few weeks, there's a good chance we are going to have different styles of hats. So what type of hat is that? And I've started off with what I think is a relatively easy one and you should get. But it means you're going to need to do your research for next week. I'm pretty sure I pre-warned you for one question last week, for this week as well. If you've not researched it, it's your own fault. But that's later. About 7 more questions, I think. No, it's not. It's in the quiz itself. It's in the questions. Number 4 is name the film. That's number 4. Name the film. Again, not overly hard. I'd say everyone will have seen it, but I don't think everyone will have. Some people won't have. Won't be a problem for 1 or 2 people. The Wallaces will get this. No bother. Number 5 is who is this? Number 6 is name the country. So it's name the country from the flag. Again, shouldn't be too much of a problem for you, I wouldn't have thought. Number 7 is who is this? Number 8 is solve the dingbat. And again, I think this one's harder than last week's. But I'm sure yous will be fine. I'll leave that for a few more seconds because you could always take a picture on your phone and then you can read it all night. Or screenshot it if you're on your phone. Imagine that gets complicated though. Number 9 is who is this? That's number 9. Who is this? A lot of people this week have all been in the news, so if you're keeping up with your current affairs, you should get most of these. Number 10 is name the product. Product, company. Same thing, I suppose. It's all very quiet. At least the kids are stopping in bed. Number 11 is who is this? That's number 11. Who is this? Number 12 is name the team. Again, not overly hard for all you football fans out there. Even for you non-football fans. Even I'd have got this one, so you should be fine. Number 13 is name the puppet. I take puppet very loosely. I'm pretty sure there's a person in there, and I don't think that classifies as a puppet. Number 14, who is this? And name the character. So the name of the person and the character that they're playing there. It's potential 2 points there. Want full names on both. If you want the full 2 points. Just to be mean. Stuff. Number 15 is name the tree from its leaf. It's about the third week of these now. Keep looking at them and thinking, will they get them? I don't know if there's many more that actually folk could get, but that's just me. There's not many that I would get, you know. So judged by my cleverness or not so cleverness of how I think people are doing it. But you should get that. We've got one in the garden. It's in a little pot. Lily planted it about 2 years ago. Okay, so that's the end of the pictures. We're going to go into your questions now. So number 1 is who terrorised the world first? Was it Genghis Khan or Kublai Khan? That's who terrorised the world first, Genghis Khan or Kublai Khan. I'd say this was a relatively easy one for question 1, but you've got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. That's why I've put it at number 1. If you know it, that's good history knowledge. I'm impressed. I googled it today to make sure I had the right answer. Doesn't give you permission to Google it. Use that aloud. Number 2 is forget-me-not flowers are most commonly what colour? So that's forget-me-not flowers are most commonly what colour? Number 3, which pier is to the north of Blackpool Central Pier? That's which pier is to the north of Blackpool's Central Pier? It's not a trick question. Number 4, in the US, what would you do with a Slurpee? That's in the US. What would you do with a Slurpee? Not in the US, so I wouldn't do not with it. Number 5, on a staircase, are the rises vertical or flat? That's It's on a staircase. Are the risers vertical or flat? Oh, I think these are far too easy tonight. They are going to get harder, don't worry. You're not going to get it this easy all night long. Number 6, Jimmy Tarbuck's game show Full Swing was based on what sport? That's Jimmy Tarbuck's game show Full Swing was based on what sport? I've not seen it. Must be before my time. I've heard of Jimmy Tarbuck, but I wouldn't like someone to show us a photo and say who's that. I don't know. Next week. Number 7 is what lubricant was originally called Wonder Jelly. Do you know I'm laughing because I can picture some people's answers now. So what lubricant was originally called Wonder Jelly? Number 8. How is the Football Association Challenge Cup better known? That's how is the Football Association Challenge Cup better known? Number 9. Which country produces camembert cheese? I imagine there's lots of countries that produce camembert cheese, but which was the first one? Or originally, or who is it? What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You know what I mean. Who claims that they invented it? Something along them lines. But Number 10. Which black and white bird is usually accused of stealing? That's which black and white bird is usually accused of stealing. Number 11. According to the proverb, you should never judge a what by its what. That's according to the proverb, you should never judge a what by its what. Number 12. How many colours are there in the spectrum? Spoiler alert, I might ask you what they are next week. So that's how many colours are there in the spectrum. Number 13. The dogs involves races of which breed? So that's the dogs involves races of which breed? Number 14. What are the 2 ingredients of marzipan? So you learn something new every day. I didn't know there was only 2 ingredients in marzipan, but apparently there is. That's what are the 2 ingredients of marzipan? Number 15. How many years and months do you need to be to apply for a provisional driving licence in the UK? That's not a full driving licence, your provisional driving licence. So that's how many years and months do you need to be to apply for a provisional driving licence in the UK? Again, I did not know this. I didn't apply for mine then. I know we've got a driving instructor watching, so if he doesn't get this right, there's something wrong. No doubt if he doesn't get it right, I've got it wrong. But we'll wait and see. Number 16. What is Apple's virtual assistant called? So that's number 16. What is Apple's virtual assistant called? Number 17. Stratus, cirrus and cumulus are all types of what? Cumulus even. That's stratus, cirrus and cumulus are all types of what? Winnie, you get yourself for a drink. I won't do the next question until you come back for your drink. Got about 10 seconds. Okay, you need a drink already? We're 17 minutes in. I've got to go to the next question, Winnie, but I'll do it really slowly, alright? Number 18. Mrs. Beeton was most famous for writing books on what subject? That's 18. Mrs. Beeton was most famous for writing books on what subject? Winnie, you know you can pause it. I know it's live TV and all, but it's not even live TV, is it? It's like live YouTube. You can pause it and it'll just start from wherever you go. So if you can go for a drink whenever you want. Just means you'll be a bit behind. Sure, please. Camera adds £10. If you've got time to write comments, I'm going too slow. That's what I think. It's number 19. If you dial 1471, whose number are you given? That's if you dial 1471, whose number are you given? I don't know if this works on a mobile, but I assume it's definitely on a landline. Who has a landline nowadays? Not me. Are you back, Winnie? Can I carry on? Have you paused it? Number 20. Which animal needs terming in the title of the Shakespeare play? That's which animal needs terming in the title of the Shakespeare play? Wish I could go to the pub after this, Curly. If the wife's not back, I'm going nowhere. Don't think it's socially acceptable to leave your kids in bed asleep. Number 21. What was the sequel to the TV sitcom Yes Minister? That's 21. What was the sequel to the TV sitcom Yes Minister? Number 22. What country sent the dogs Belka and Strelka into space? That's what country sent the dogs Belka and Strelka into space? Oh, I get what you've meant there, Kelly. I've just not read that right. Go quick because you're off to the pub when you finish. Sorry, that's my reading skills. Obviously, I'm very good. We've done about 10ish as normal. It's all good. Thereabouts. Depends how long play your cards right last and how long the secretary takes to collate scores. Number 23. Where do mosquitoes lay their eggs? So it's 23. Where do mosquitoes lay their eggs? I'm liking the chat this week, guys, because I'm on my own. Feels as though I'm not. Number 24. Which coin was first introduced in 1983? So that's which coin was first introduced in 1983. Number 25. Which 4 or 5 letters can preface access to an internet website? So that's which 4 or 5 letters can preface access to an internet website? Sounds like a tough question, but you know the answer. You just probably don't realise that you do. Good. 26. Which Rolling Stones member has 7 children? So that's which Rolling Stones member has 7 children? (27) Which was the first city in England to be put under a local lockdown? That's after we all come out of lockdown and they went right back in. So which was the first city in England to be put under local lockdown? I don't know if there's been a second one, but I thought if I only put one, then people are like, oh, there's been 3. No, I could have checked, but I never. I just know that this was first. Number 28. Traditionally, in the field of martial arts, what D is the Japanese term for a training hall or space used for immersive learning or meditation? So what do you call the spot where you go to do training for, and it's a Japanese term for martial arts? Number 29. What service does Microsoft Outlook offer? So what service does Microsoft Outlook offer? So what does Microsoft Outlook do for you? It might do any for you. You might not have it. Number 30. Name the band that Animal is the drummer of in the Muppets. Actually, there should have been an of in there and there's not. Let's name the band that Animal is the drummer of in the Muppets. This is the one I warned you about last week, because we had Animal in the picture round last week. I'm sure I mentioned his band. So if you were on here, you should know. If you weren't, you should have been. give you a bit extra there because it's a long title if you haven't got it. Number 31 even. Who duetted with Tina Turner on the hit It Takes Two? That's who duetted with Tina Turner on the hit It Takes Two. Singing it in your head now. I am. Number 32. What was the capital of the USA before it was Washington, D.C.? So what was the capital of the USA before it was Washington, D.C.? So where did all the congressmen and women meet before they met at Washington, D.C.? Again, shows how much I know my American history because I always thought it'd always been Washington, D.C. So there's some research going on today. Number 33, at 9.58 seconds, or 9.58 seconds is whose 100-metre world record? So it's 9.58 seconds is whose 100-metre world record? Two more questions and we'll stop for a break. Pre-warn you now, if anyone wants us to go back to a question or ask it again, just give us a shout or put it in the comments. Give you a chance now, you might actually get time before we move on again. Number 34, what is a Spinney? Again, I did not know this. That's 34, what is a Spinney? Not a term I've come across before. 1 or 2 years I'll know it, no doubt. It's what happens when you get off the roundabout at the park, innit? You feel all spinny. Number 35. What island is served by ferries from Portsmouth, Southampton and Lymington? I think I'm pronouncing that last one rightly. That's what island is served by ferries from Portsmouth, Southampton and Lymington. Well, as you're thinking about that, you've got time for a 3-minute break. We're at 21:29, so we're back at 21:32. I'm not going anywhere because I was clever and I had 2 drinks lined up, so I'm all good. So if anyone wants any questions repeated, now's your time to do it, but you've got 3 minutes. Go! Winnie, you won't need a drink because you've already been for one, so be fine. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 11 for play your cards right now. So that should be enough, I think. I think that will get us through the cards if nobody wins. We've still got the bottle rolling over from last week because nobody won it. I'll tell you what else we're adding in later. Let's leave it as a surprise. Let's build up the suspense. It's amazing. We're doing well. We've got 10 likes this week. 43 concurrent viewers. Keeps going between 43 and 44. So either we're getting new people coming in, people dropping off, or someone keeps dropping off all the time. But 10 likes is all good. From 43 views, 10 likes. I'll take that. 1/4 of everyone. Dingbat, please. No bother. Just for you, Mr. Marshall. There you go. How's that? I've just realised you've called me a dingbat in that as well. Yeah, cheers. Love you too. That's it. We're back up to 44 current viewers. And I mentioned the likes are up to 14. Woohoo! But we're at 31. You've got a minute. If you're getting your drink and you can hear us, be quick. If you're on the loo, shake it off. Let's go. Told you Marie wouldn't be back for 9:30. She just tells lies. Oh, we're still at 9:31. You all good with the dingbat now, Sean? Can I come off that? If anyone knows what a Spinney is, Sean, I expect it to be you. I don't know why I expect it to be you, I just do. Okay, that's us at 9:32. You've had 3 minutes, at least 2 minutes looking at the dingbat. I'm going to fly back to question 35 because nobody else has asked for anything else. It's not a big bottle. It obviously just looks big. It's not a big bottle at all. Oh, look, you guys are going too far. Too busy concentrating. So that was question 35. Is what island is served by the ferries from Portsmouth, Southampton and Lymington? We're going to move on. We're on 9:32. We'll wait till it flips over to 9:33 because we're bang on time for where we are in most weeks at the minute. Everything seems to run at the same speed at the minute, so it's all good. So there we go, 9:33. So 36. What natural pigments in the skin provide its colour and filter out harmful light from the sun? That's what natural pigments in the skin provide its colour and filter out harmful light from the sun. You could be right, Gareth. It could be people pinging in and out for doing comments. Thanks, Winnie. appreciate your permission. So that's what natural pigments in the skin provide its colour and filter out harmful light from the sun. Number 37. What are the 5 largest national parks in England and Wales? Do you know, I should have made this question 35 because then you've had time to think about it. But I'll give you a minute or so on this one because this might take a bit of working out for you. But what are the 5 largest national parks in England and Wales? So we're not including Scotland or Ireland, just England and Wales. This is tough. You should get 2 or 3 quite easily. The 4th or 5th ones is bearing on size because they are very close to each other, some of them. Again, I only know that because I've researched it. I wouldn't have known it before yesterday. I don't know how long you need on this. It's easier when you know the answer. See, normally I could go by how well Marie's doing and how many she's got written down. It kind of gives an idea of how well yous are doing. But she's not here. Have I mentioned that she's not here? I think I have more than once. Right. 37. What the 5 largest national parks in England and Wales? Hopefully you've got most of them. You can have a think about it while we're doing the music round and stuff. Number 38. A rare 50p coin was recently sold for over £60,000. But what picture was on it? I'm sure I've got one knocking about now. I've got some 50p boxes knocking about. I'm going to have to go through them. I doubt it, but you never know. So it's a rare 50p coin was recently sold for over £60,000. But what picture was on it? I think it was something like 63,000 and so many hundreds. But not bad for 50 pence. Thing is, that many 50p's now with different stuff on, and they're all rare. They're all worth more than 50 pence. 39. Who won the ladies single championship at Wimbledon 2019? I am right that Wimbledon should be on about now, shouldn't it? Normally. Thought we'd chuck in a Wimbledon question. I might be wrong. Pretty sure I heard somewhere that Wimbledon should be on. Or it should have been on. Or it's due to be on soon. Again, you can tell the questions I haven't researched. I wouldn't have known this one. And 40, last one before we go into your music round, is Tony Blair was first elected Prime Minister of the UK. Great Britain handed back Hong Kong to China, and Titanic, Men in Black and Full Monty were released. But what was the year? So that's Tony Blair was first elected Prime Minister of the UK. Great Britain handed back Hong Kong to China, and Titanic, Men in Black and the Full Monty were released. But what was the year? A couple of years back. Again, it's times like this I'll get to know whether people have actually got the answer or not, because in the pub it kind of goes quiet because you're all yakking about the answer, and then it goes quiet and then it goes loud again because he's a yakking because I haven't asked the next question. But anyway, we're going to move on to your music round now. You're going to hear 7 songs. All you need to do is name the artist and the song. I think it's a bit weird this week, but you might enjoy it. If you're all ready, here we go.
Number 7.
The answers. We all good? I agree, Sean. I agree. Rolling on the floor laughing. Right. On to your answers then. So picture round first. If you're ready, number 1 is Halle Berry. She was getting slated for doing some transgender role that she was going to take on, and now she's not, but that's what she was in the news for this week. Number 2 is the Spice Girls. Number 3 was a bowler hat. The gentleman out there will know that, obviously. Number 4 is Return of the Jedi. Star Wars Return of the Jedi, obviously. Number 5 is Steph McGovern. If you're watching, if you're keeping up to date with Strictly, she's could be going on to Strictly this year. It's Japan is the country of the flag. Number 2, Tim Lovejoy, who also may be going on Strictly this year. Number 8, it's Back to Basics. So back to with the basics, obviously. Back to basics. Why wouldn't you know that? Number 9, it's Ainsley Harriott. Something to do with he's bringing out his recipes that he's been doing over lockdown. Number 10 is Coca-Cola. I should have had the Coca-Cola symbol in there, shouldn't I? I've just been lazy. Number 11 is Mylene Class, who is also maybe going on Strictly. Number 12, it's Arsenal. And again, I could have had the wording in there if I had the thought about it. Number 13, it's Big Bird. I take the term puppet loosely. Number 14, it's Lisa Kudrow, is the actress. It's Phoebe Buffay, who she plays in Friends. So if you just put Phoebe, I'm only giving you half a point because I did say I wanted both. So you can have half a point for Phoebe, but you need Buffay in there as well. Number 15, The Leaves from an Oak Tree. Obviously. I think it's a common oak, but don't quote us on that. On to your questions. So number 1, it was Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan terrorised the world before Kublai Khan. I think Kublai Khan was about 12 when Genghis Khan died. So there you go. Around 1227, I think Genghis Khan died. Don't quote us on that. I'm just trying to remember what I was reading today. Number 2, Forget-Me-Nots and Normally Blue. Number 3, it's a North Pier, which is north of Blackpool Central Pier. If you didn't get that, where have you been? Number 4, a Slurpee, you drink it. Number 5, the risers on a staircase are vertical. It's a bit that goes up. Number 6, Jimmy Tarbuck's game show Full Swing was based on golf. Not a clue, not seen it. Number 7, the Wonder Jelly is Vaseline. It was originally called Wonder Jelly. I'd love to see some of the answers that somebody's have put on there. Number 8, it's the FA Cup. The Football Association Challenge Cup is better known as the FA Cup. Number 9, it's France that originally produced Camembert cheese. Number 10, it's a magpie that is usually accused of stealing. Number 11, according to the proverb, you should never judge a book by its cover. To the prize that's getting added into Play Your Cards right this week is a book as well. How good's that? All links in together. Number 12, there are 7 colours in the spectrum. Next week I expect you to know them. Number 13, the dogs involves races of greyhounds. Greyhound dog. Number 14, it's sugar and almonds that are the ingredients of marzipan. Well done if you got that. It's a point for each. Let's go for a point for each on that. Number 15, you have to be 15 years and 9 months to apply for the provisional driving licence in the UK. Well done if you got that. I thought that was hard. The answer is not KOI, no less. Number 16, Apple's virtual assistant is called Siri. If you've got an Apple's virtual assistant, it's Siri. Tell everyone Alan's brilliant, and hopefully they're all going mental now. Number 17, Stratus, Cirrus and Cumulus are all types of clouds. We've seen plenty of them in the last week, so you should be getting that. Number 18, Mrs. Beeton was most famous for writing books on cooking or household management was the other ones that she used to do. Again, I was reading about her today. My life's so boring. Number 19, if you dial 1471, you give them the last person that you called. So the last, or the number of the last person that you called. Not that you called, that called you. Sorry. So it's the number of the last person that called you. Number 20, it was the Shrew. So the chairman of the Shrew was the Shakespeare play. 21, it was Yes Prime Minister was the sequel to the TV sitcom Yes Minister. Again, it's not something I've watched, so well done if you got that. Number 22, it's Russia that sent the dogs Belka and Strelka into space. Number 23, mosquitos lay their eggs in water. There you go. Number 24 is the £1 coin that was introduced in 1983. Number 25, the 4 or 5 letters that can preface access to an internet website is HTTP or HTTPS. Next week I'm going to ask you what the difference is between the two. So again, a little bit of homework for you. That's just a message to remind me. Number 26, the Rolling Stones member that has 7 children is Mick Jagger. Number 27, it's Leicester that got put in, was first city in England to be put under local lockdown. Number 28, it's a Dõjõ, the martial arts hall or space used for immersive learning or meditation. Like the little things above the O's as well. Text from doing that on a keyboard. Number 29, Outlook offers emails or email services, manages your emails. Number 30, it's Dr. Teeth in the Electric Mayhem band that the animal is a drummer for. Well done if you got that, but I did tell you last week. Number 31 is Rod Stewart, who duetted with Tina Turner on the hit It Takes Two. Number 32, it's Philadelphia, was the capital of USA before Washington DC. Who knew? Number 33, it's Usain Bolt, who holds the 9.58 seconds for the 100 metres. Number 34, a Spinney is a small wood or a group of trees or bushes. Apparently, when you Google it, that's what it comes up with. But a small wood is the answer that we've got. Good, if you've got something like that, I'm happy. Number 35, it's Isle of Wight, that is served by the ferries from Portsmouth, Southampton and Lymington. Number 36, it's melanin in the skin that provides its colour and filters out harmful lights from the sun. 37, the 5 largest national parks in England and Wales, not in any order whatsoever. It's a Lake District. If you didn't get that one, we're right next door to it. You should be, unless you're not right next door to it and you're watching this somewhere else, but you should have got it anyways. Snowdonia, obviously, I think that's the biggest out of all of them. Not Yorkshire Dales, the Peak District, and the North Yorkshire Moors. That's a fact. I've checked it out today. So there you 5. So it's a point for each on that. So well done if you got all 5. I'm going to trust you that you've not cheated. But Lake District, Snowdonia, Yorkshire Dales, Peak District and North Yorkshire Moors. Anything else is wrong, because I said so. Number 38, the rare £50 coin, 50p coin that was recently sold for over £60,000. It's got the Battle of Hastings on the back. So get yourself out, check in your 50 pence pieces and see if it's got the Battle of Hastings on the back. Number 39, Simona Halep, who won the Wimbledon Championship in 2019. Ladies Singles Championship. Well done if you got that. And 40, Tony Blair was first elected Prime Minister of the UK. The Great Britain handed back Hong Kong to China. And Titanic, Men in Black, and the full Monty was released. It was 1997. Lots of years ago. Lots of years. Before Leslie's time, obviously. Yeah, but I'm sure Tommy's got it for her. Okay, on to your music. So it's half a point for the artist, half a point for the song. So 1 point in total if you get them both. So 1 was Bonnie Tyler with Total Eclipse of the Heart. 2 was the Rolling Stones with You Can't Always Get What You Want. Get what you need. 3 was Dusty Springfield with Wishing and a Hoping. We're all wishing and a hoping. 4 was David Bowie with Let's Dance. You can do now on a Saturday night in town if you really want it. 5 was Oasis with Wonderwall. 6 was Meatloaf with You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth. Not Meatloaf Mouth, that's how it looks on there. So You Took the Words Right Out of My Mouth. And 7 was Fergie with Big Girls Don't Cry. And that is your quiz for this evening. So what you need to do now is tot your scores up, put your answers in the live chat, and my remote secretary Kerry will collate them all and send me a messenger on Messenger or WhatsApp or something along them lines, and I'll be able to come back to you. So Kerry, this is the point where you need to do that now. Although Kerry, you are down for Play Your Cards Right as well, so I'm going to interrupt you at some point, but hopefully you'll get all that sorted. As I said before, getting added into the prize this evening is Stephen King's new book, Let It Bleed, because I've got 2 copies of it, so I'm going to give 1 copy away. So mainly because I was meant to take it back. I got it from my dad for his birthday, but he got 2 copies and I never got around to taking it back, so it's sat in my house for over a couple of weeks, and hey ho, that's the way it goes. But we're going to go on to Play Your Cards Right. So let's get started. Hang on, hey, I nearly forgot. Stacey will be getting at us. Make the screen big. Let's push that onto the next one. And we are all good to go. So the first person up this evening, it's going to be Jenny, because Jenny was on to us about 11 o'clock this morning saying, I'll be in for Play Your Cards Right tonight. Hey, not a problem. Not a problem, but always thinking ahead, which is all good. So whether this works out for her or not, here we go. Hang on. There we go. Oh, hang on, we're just waiting on your video, Jenny. There you are. Jenny, first up for Play Your Cards Right this evening. You were mega early today. Give everyone a wave. Alright. Good stuff. Your first one this evening is a Jack, Jenny. You can keep it or change it.
Can I keep it, please?
Yeah. Higher or lower?
Lower.
Gonna go lower than a Jack. It's a 10. Well done.
Lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 6. Higher than a 6. It's a 3. That's unlucky. Just as you start seeing yourself on the telly as well, it's lower. But well done anyways. We'll see you soon. Bye. Kenny, if your Clayton scores, John McGuire's got 50. Hang on. See when people send us messages as well at the same time. 59 for them. So that'll be worst link while you're doing that. So Kenny, you're actually up next for Play Your Cards Right, because you were next on the list. Let's see if I can actually find you on here. There we go. Now she means everyone thinks it's going to be a fix. Hello! How are you doing? Yeah, no, I know you're busy. You're up for Play Your Cards Right though. Don't put your hat in if you're going to be secretary as well. That's it. Give everyone a wave. If she's waving. Good stuff. Hang on, because I haven't got the cards ready either. Did you get that last one? Worst link got 59. So you need to put them in. They watch it on the telly, so they can't put it in the comments, so they send it to me.
Worst link?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, your first card's a 10, you can keep it or change it.
I'll keep that one, thank you, and I'll go lower.
Then we go lower than a 10, it's a 3.
I will go higher.
Higher than a 3, it's a queen.
Ooh, yeah, I'll go lower.
Lower than a queen, it's another queen. You're getting out for 2 in the bed. How lucky is that? You can't do that just because no one else can see. She's swearing at us. It's not nice. Anyways, get my scores collated. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. See, there's no favouritism for friends or family. Okay, next up, Steve Langstaff, you are next up. Where till we find you? Steve, you're up for pay your cards, right? That's it. Give everyone a wave. Loving the hat. Loving the hat. Steve, your first card's an 8. You can keep it or change it.
Lower.
You're going to keep it and go lower? You can change it if you want.
Lower.
You're going to go lower?
Yeah, lower.
Yeah, lower than an 8. It's a king. Who keeps an 8? That's a rubbish card. I'd have changed that. But kings are higher. That's unlucky, Steve. Oh, he's gone. I've lost you, Steve. But you're out anyway, so it doesn't matter. Who's up next? Oh, look at that. Right next in line as well. How good's this? Les, you're up next. You all ready? No, you won't see this until you've answered the phone anyway. Leslie, you're up for play your cards, right? Give everyone a wave. Oh, she's waving. Your first card's a 6, Les. You can keep it or change it.
Change it.
Gonna change a 6 to an ace. Good change.
Lower.
Lower than an ace, it's a 5.
Higher.
Higher than a 5, it's a queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen, it's a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2, it's a 9. You can keep it or change it. You've got the furthest so far.
Keep it.
Keeping it.
Lower.
Keeping it. I'm sure Tommy told you to change it there. Like, we're keeping it and going lower than a 9. It's a 7. Well done. Don't listen to Tommy knows now.
Lower.
Lower than a 7. It's a 9. That's unlucky. How harsh is that? But hey, you did well to get past the 9 in the first place. But good to see you. Bye-bye. Who's up next? Lizzie, if you're watching, you're up next. There we are. Oh, it's taking some ringing. Or taking some contacting. I might have to come back to you, Lizzie. Oh, here we are. Didn't think it was going to connect there. How are you doing? Lizzie, you up for playing cards, right? Give everyone a wave. There we go. Lizzie, your first card's a 4. You can keep it or change it.
Keep it, please.
Keeping it.
Higher.
Higher than a 4, it's an 8. That's a rubbish second card.
Higher.
Higher than an 8, it's a 4. That's unlucky, Lizzie. Out on the third card. Not to worry. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Who's up next? Alright. Neil, you're up next. It's going to take me a second to find you. There you are. Hey Neil, you're up for play your cards, right? Give everyone a wave.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, absolutely. There we go. Neil, your first card's an 8. You can keep it or change it.
Oh, gosh, I'll change that, please.
I'd change it as well. 8 to a rubbish card to a 5.
Well, I normally go out in Blaze of Glory, so I'll go higher.
Higher than a 5. It's a 2 and you're right. You're having a Blaze of Glory just like that. That's unlucky, Neil. Sorry, pal. No worries. Bye. That's just the way it goes. Love to say I set them up, but I don't. Stace, you're up. Stace, you're up for play your cards, right? Give everyone a wave. There she is. Your first card's a 3. You can keep it or change it.
Higher.
Gonna go higher than a 3. It's a 2. You should have changed it. How rubbish is that? Oh, that's unlucky, Stace. Well done. Hello. See you all. See you soon. Bye bye. Oh, opposite hang up. There we go. Next one up. Oh, it's Tommy. Kerry, if you're still collating scores, we've got 48 for the Vincents. They've just had a message through there. Who we at? Tommy H. There we are. Now, Tommy won the 8-week rollover the other week, so no one's rooting for him to win. If he answers. Well, now I've offended him. Here he is. Tommy, you're up for playing your cards, right? Give everyone a wave. How you doing? Alright. First card's a king. You can keep it or change it.
Marvellous. Lower, please.
Lower than a king. It's a 2. You've done better than Stace. Higher than a 2. It's a 6. Higher than a 6. It's a king. Lower than a king. It's another king. You get number 2 in the bed. I think them kings don't like you, Tommy. I'm sure the kings get you every time. See you soon. Bye. I've got a child out of bed. I'm going to beat them. Are we up? Oh, Curly, you're up next. 1 second till we switch to WhatsApp for this. Rings different on WhatsApp, you see. Kelly, you're up for playing your cards, right? Give us 1 second, I'm still setting the board up. Give everyone a wave. There you go, he is waving. Kelly, your first card's a 6, you can keep it or change it.
What do you want to do? Change it.
I'd change the 6 and all. 6 is a rubbish cards to a 4. Don't know if that's any better. Higher than a 4, it's a 9.
What do you want, Shane? Lower.
Lower than a 9, it's a 3. Higher than a 3, it's an ace. Lower than an ace, it's a 10. You can keep it or change it.
Keep it.
Lower. Keep it and going lower than a 10, it's a 4. Well done. Higher than a 4, it's a 9. You've got the furthest so far.
Lower than a 9 now. Come on.
Lower than a 9, it's a jack. Oh, don't listen to your teammates, we're all wrong. You got so far. You can go to the pub now, get yourself away. Say hi from me. Catch you later. Bye bye. Well, I think we've got enough cards. Hang on. We are getting short on cards. Let's just check to see if we've got enough. Oh, we haven't. We've got enough cards to fill the board, but we haven't got any sleeping. So that is us done. Katie, it would have been you up next, and then it would have been Dave, so we'd have got right through the list. But that is it. The bottle of Carver or Brut or whatever it is, and the Stephen King book rolls over till next week. I'm still waiting on my secretary to come back to us with how we're doing on the numbers. So Kerry, no pressure, but we are waiting on your message to see who's come first, second and third. Oh, here we are, it's coming through live results from the adjudicator. We have we've got a joint fourth place. Joint fourth place would be the guinea pigs with Kerry and Andy. I mean, I'm not to say that I'm sceptical, but Kerry and Andy have been collating the scores and they've come joint fourth. I'd give myself 58 points as well, but well done to the guinea pigs and to Kerry and Andy. Cheers for that. You've both got 58. Just ahead of them by 1 point. It's very close at the top, very close. Is Worst Link with 59. In second place, they've just been on. He's got off to the pub. It's Curly with 59.5. But in joint, oh no, we've got joint first as well. Joint first this evening, both with 60.5. Is Smarties and Table 6. Well done to yous. We have got tiebreaker questions, but as I said last week, you can't really give us a tiebreaker answer because what? Because as soon as someone puts the answer in, you just need to go higher or lower than that. But it would be how many planet Earths could you fit inside the sun? It's lots. It is lots. But that would have been your tiebreaker question. But there's no fair way of doing it. But well done to Smarties and Table 6. You've come joint first this evening. It's 60.5. You know people aren't cheating if the scores are becoming close. I'm quite confident that nobody's cheating. But we had a little bit over time this week with 6 minutes past 10. But it's been I've enjoyed it. I've been by myself. It's a bit weird this week, been by myself, although I have got a child out of bed now, which is going to get sent to bed very, very shortly. Don't mind putting your thumb up. You've got school tomorrow. It doesn't help when I'm screaming and shouting doing your play your cards right mind from downstairs. But I don't know what's happening next week. I'm assuming that we'll be streaming again, unless I hear anything different from Julie. It might be worthwhile streaming it from the pub without you being there. See how that works out. See how that works in the pub environment. I'm not sure, but I'll keep you updated. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. Messages direct if you want any more information. I can tell you what I know. But thanks to Kerry for collating the scores. That was brilliant. Just in time as well. I'm impressed. Well done to those who come fourth, second, third and first this evening. And for those who didn't when you play your cards right, that's just the way it goes. That's unlucky. But I'll see you all next week one way or another. Have a good week. Stay safe. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.